'Tis the season. A lot of great things happen to gamers around Christmas, but some things that they don't like happen. And that seems like a good excuse to bring you 5 things gamers hate about Christmas. Number 5, getting Xbox One games for your PlayStation 4 console, or getting PlayStation 4 games for your Xbox console. First, I'll specifically talk about exclusives. You do realize a bunch of gamers are gonna get Rise of the Tomb Raider for their PS4, except it's gonna be in an Xbox box. And you know, some Xbox One gamer is gonna unwrap a beautiful copy of Bloodborne. I mean, that's quite a feeling of disappointment. One, because the gift giver didn't think, didn't research, or just doesn't understand, as is usually the case with parents. Just ask 1980s Will Smith. And then the kind of disappointment that you feel comes along with the idea that you can't have that game. Oh sure, you might say, I don't want that. I'm an Xbox. I don't want that. I'm a PlayStation. Just to use the parlance of some of the worst advertising out there. But deep down, who doesn't want to play Rise of the Tomb Raider? Who doesn't want to play Bloodborne? To a lesser degree, this happens to people who use Mac computers and, you know, get basically any game. Yeah, I don't really have a way of framing it that makes the Mac any less sad for gaming. And I don't say that with malice or anything, I say it with understanding. A lot of people have Mac computers and sometimes even need to use them over the PC. Believe me, I feel for you. Someday gaming will be less crap for you guys. Hopefully someday soon. Number 4, when people knock out the Xbox One and PSN servers so that nobody can use their games that rely on a connection on Christmas when everyone gets those games. Okay, first off, I'm gonna say this right now. If you knock down those servers, if you're a cyber terrorist or a DDoS jockey or whatever, you suck and you aren't doing what you think you're doing. And they sometimes put out little manifestos on why you shouldn't be on these services, blah blah blah. And they think that they're somehow impacting the world. All they're really doing is pissing people off for a couple days. People aren't mad at Sony, people aren't mad at Microsoft. When they find out hackers took down their ability to play a video game, they're mad at the hackers. I'm mad at the hackers anyway. And when you do it on Christmas, you're really pissing people off. The likelihood of one of these groups doing something like this obviously goes up quite a bit around Christmas. Number 3, there are 2 angles to this one, but let me describe the situation first. It's Christmas morning, and Steam servers go down. Now let's not forget how important Steam basically is to all of gaming, at least on the PC. A great deal of the time multiplayer goes through it, a lot of people get Steam gift cards, sometimes even Steam codes, and generally people just like to play their games, and sometimes their servers go down. Now being Christmas is a day where more people get games than any other day of the year. It is also the day that this is most likely to happen on basically any online gaming service. Let's say you work at Steam. You just got up to spend the day with your family. Maybe you got some games to play. In fact, the day is gonna shape up to be a pretty nice one, I think. And then the phone rings.
Hey, it's Gaben. I mean, the servers they are not up, they're down, they're broken. And I hate to ask you this, but we need you really desperately at the office. We need the servers fixed, like, now.
And you're like, because A, that's a job that you want to be known as reliable at, because that's a job that you want for a very long time. Not only is it video game related, but it's a secure job. People know that Steam will be around. And I think that the people that do this deserve like a big friggin' thank you from the entire gaming community. You're awesome. When this happens on Christmas and you go in and work on it, just hats off to you. Number 2, you get onto matchmaking and your team is filled with people who have never played the game before. Dashing through the map with a default selected loadout, cannot aim real well, don't know how to play. I'm sorry about all the singing, it's around Christmas and it's something infects me. It's actually a virus. So you have to deal with these very inexperienced players populating your teams for the next however long it takes to become okay at a game. This means a lot of losses, maybe some hits to your stats. And it's good when new people are playing a game. It ensures the game is successful and that there will be more of it. The trade-off is this though, being stuck in noob hell as baby takes his first steps. I know that a lot of games pair based on experience. They try to pair it up so that it's balanced in multiplayer. In most games now. But when there's a big influx of new players, it doesn't work. Because there's a lot of people playing, and the matchmaker server is just like, I need somebody here, please. Who will play with this person? Meanwhile, you're on the other end sitting there, and it's like, you are my savior. And you're like, don't disrespect Christmas that way. Just kidding, you can disrespect Christmas however you want. Just let me play the damn game. That exchange doesn't happen though because servers can't talk. This sucks. Like, bottom line, it just sucks. And number one, when your gift giver shopped at GameStop and a new employee was there. Now, obviously this isn't done with malice or anything like that, but oftentimes new employees don't realize that when somebody buys a game, they have to take the case, open up the drawer, take the disc out of it, and put the disc into the box, giving it to the person who is buying the game. And also, the person buying the game more than likely doesn't know that that has to happen either. When I buy a game at, say, Target or Walmart or, Groceryland or whatever, you just buy the game and you get the game. Whereas at GameStop, because at the store it's literally filled with games and anybody could easily make off with a disc, they have a policy where they keep the actual media in a drawer. That being said, it does not make it suck any less when you or the person you bought the gift for opens it up on Christmas, goes, wow, Halo 5, opens up the case, there's no disc. I mean, that's just, it's monstrous. It's like a prank that you're pulling on them. At least that's what it seems like up front, until the gift receiver looks up at the gift giver, sort of demanding an explanation with their eyes, and the gift giver kind of shrugs and is like, I don't know, I don't get this, what is happening? And then everyone's heart sinks. Either you have to go back to GameStop, which by the way is not open on Christmas, at least in my experience. I mean, if you experienced this stuff, if you've ever had any of these happen to you, leave a comment about it. We'd like to talk about it and give you our sympathy, obviously, because we don't want to leave our friends out in the cold snow while we're inside eating ham. Or leave a comment about what games you want for Christmas. Let's be honest, that's way more fun. And don't forget to click the like button, it really helps us and we really appreciate it when you do so. Now, if you're not subscribed to Game Ranks, don't forget to click that subscribe button because we upload new videos every single day. The best possible way to see them first is that subscription. As always, we thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you next time on Game Ranks.